On your side this morning with financial news. Some high stakes may be in play over congressional action or lack of action when it comes to estate taxes. Financial planner Stewart Welch joins us for Money Tuesday. And Stewart, you say everything's on hold right now when folks sit down and start talking about what do I do for that day when I go and my family inherits money.
Rick, Congress, through their inaction, has created a huge mess in the estate planning arena. It's really a big mess. I had predicted that they would extend the 2009 law, which has an exemption of $3.5 million before you begin to have estate taxes. Congress didn't take any action, and so what's happened is the estate tax has actually been repealed this year. And what that means is that take somebody very wealthy like the Trumps. If Donald Trump and his wife were to die this year, instead of the federal government receiving hundreds of millions of dollars in estate taxes, they're going to get zero. And it's just a huge mess. So, you know, we don't know what they're going to do. And if they do nothing, then what happens next year is the estate tax exemption drops to $1 million, which means that where this year there's no estate tax, next year there's a tax on anything above $1 million. So if you have life insurance in a home, millions of middle-class Americans are going to be subject to an estate tax that they never knew that they were going to be subject to.
Okay, so there's so all of a sudden a lot more folks would fall into that category if nothing is done.
More.
Yeah.
It really drops to middle-class America. And
what's the timeline here?
The timeline is January. If Congress does nothing, January 1, 2011. The tax law will come back in at $1 million exemption. So this year, no tax. And by the way, this year having no tax creates a huge problem. For example, a lot of wills have what's called a formula in it. And the formula says that we're going to put as much money in a family trust, typically for the benefit of the children, as the law allows, and then the rest of the money goes to the spouse, either outright or in trust. Well, this year, that means all of the money would go into the family trust, and ultimately that means there's some spouses there that might get nothing. So everybody, here's the thing, everybody needs to get with their attorney or their financial advisor and make sure that they're not adversely affected by the new law.
All right, last word right there. Stewart Welch, always good to see you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rick.
Let's go over to Mickey once again.